Greetings, wild ones, wildlings, and indigo brothers and sisters. I just want to talk about how manifestation works, and it's been a subject that I've struggled with for a long time, trying to understand how it works. Very much like the event, I guess. I don't get that at all either, but you know, I'm working on it. I've got my own thoughts and theories on that one, which I will share soon, no doubt. But it just clicked to me the other day. I was talking to a friend, a very, very close friend of mine, who was saying that he wished that he had a house on the beach, and his ideal life would be like to retire on the beach, maybe somewhere in the tropics or somewhere hot, or just on the beach and in a rural setting. So you've got both the sea and the bush. And I said to him, why, well, you're surrounded by beaches, why don't you just go to the beaches here? And he was like, oh, but it's not the same, it's raining and cold, and I guess it's like it's in suburbia. Even though we're surrounded by beaches, it's not. I think he's like wanting somewhere remote would be his ideal dream. And then it suddenly clicked to me how this manifestation works. Because I said to him, well, go to a beach anyway, and this just came out of nowhere, go to a beach anyway and sit there and ponder this thought, and it will happen because you're at a beach. The more time you spend at a beach, even though it's not be your beach or your ideal beach, it's still a beach, isn't it? You're soaking up that feeling and that vibration of being at a beach. And what's going to happen is that you will be drawn, the path of your life will take you to a beach, because that's what you are feeling, and what you feel is what you will attract in your life. That's why it's so important to try and stay away from bad news and negative people and toxic environments if you can. Try and get it out in nature. And I just remembered that's how I manifested the first house we ever had that literally was on the beach. I would go to this neighbourhood and walk up and down the beach, and I picked a pathway which was on a private property, and I said to myself one day, and these are multi-million-dollar mansions and homes, by the way, that there was no way I could afford it. No way in hell. And when we secured this property, it was just a rental, just a small cottage, everyone was blown away, like, what the hell? How is this possible? How did you do this? You don't even have the income to even support this sort of lifestyle. And it was because we'd go to this beach. We weren't living anywhere near a beach. We were living in another suburb again, a poorer part of town, let's say. And we'd go to visit this beach every other weekend, and I'd walk up and down and look at all the flash homes and go. And then one day I found this pathway that led up to some million-dollar mansions, and I said, I know I can't afford this now, but somehow, some way, I will be walking up that path one day, and somehow a house will come about that I can afford. And remember, this was a luxurious $1 million mansion area. There was no way, even now I couldn't afford it. even now. And I just remembered this is what I used to do. And lo and behold, I answered an advert and it just happened to be exactly on that pathway. It was a private pathway and it was a small cottage within our budget amongst all these $1 million homes. What is the chances of that? And all I did was walk past. Every time we would go to this beach, I'd walk past and say, one day I will be walking up that private path to a home. Sadly, I didn't say a home I own, but like, I was still, I've been struggling with understanding the law of attraction and manifestation for ages, and it's suddenly coming together. I'm a bit slow, I guess. It's suddenly coming together. I like to sort of have evidence and then put the puzzle together before it clicks. And sometimes it could take a long time or could take forever before it clicks. But yeah, it suddenly clicked. That's what you have to do. It's the same with cars. Like, when you hear that, when you're reading these books about law of attraction, like my friend said, you read so many books on law of attraction, yet you never ever practice it. You never, very rarely do you actually practice it. What you're reading, you'll repeat it, you'll recite it, but you're not actually practicing it. And so one of the techniques that they did, which is quite common, was like looking for a car. Get into the car that you want, go and test drive it. Now I get it, because that's how I manifested this house, which was on a beach in $1 million area. I just remembered that, and it's clicked now. And the same with nature. If you want to get in touch with nature, just start now by going to your local park or wherever you are, where any nature is. It could be a small garden, it could be a friend's garden, and go and spend time in nature, and the law of attraction will attract more nature to you. Because I'm in a house right now which is up really, really high in the trees, and I'm surrounded by, I'm at the top of really high trees. This is how high this house is, and I'm looking down on all the trees and all the birds. So I've attracted this to myself because I wanted to connect with nature and be amongst the birds. And I literally am where I am right now. And how I got here was by going to our local reserve and bike riding every day and spending time with the trees and nature. And I drew it to myself. So when I had to move house again, I moved into a place which has a massive private park. It's like a private park, and it just came about because I attracted that to myself by getting into the feeling of it. So anyway, I thought I'd share that because I was like, well, I finally get it. I need to share it with others who may need to hear that message too, because it might help them as well if they're struggling with the law of attraction and manifesting stuff in their lives. So I've got to get back to work. Obviously, I need to be doing my dishes and cleaning up this mess. So thanks for stopping by, guys, and lots of love. Stay wild and stay true to yourself. Stay free. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. What the hell? But